Hi, farm friends. Hey, this is Grandma Adeline, and I am here at my son Stephen's house. And I have a grandson that is going to teach us how to make goat cheese today. We're going to find out how come he knows and what he does with it. But I've also got several other grandkids that I would like to introduce before we get started. Here they are, some good-looking grandkids. We're going to start here with Emily. Introduce yourself. Tell us just a few things about you, Emily.
I like to ride horses, and I'm going into 6th grade.
Are you in 4-H?
Yes, I am.
And what are you showing?
I'm showing lambs.
Okay, and you forgot your name.
Oh, my name's Emily.
My name is Katie, and
Katie McGillicuddy?
Katie Palmer.
Oh, Katie Palmer.
And I like to bake, and I'm going into 8th grade.
Yes, Katie makes bread for Grandma and Grandpa quite often, and we get to buy her bread. She brings over all sorts of things from their garden. It's wonderful. All right, who do we have here?
Levi.
Levi. And what's your last name, Levi? Smith?
Palmer.
Palmer, Levi Palmer. And his name comes from his uncle Levi, because we have one of our sons that's Levi. Levi, what do you enjoy doing?
Playing Legos.
Playing Legos. And are you in 4-H?
Hmm?
And what do you have?
A lamb.
A lamb to show. That is so awesome.
My first year.
What's that? First year. Okay. Awesome. Now, this is going to be the star of our show. What's your name?
I'm Jake.
Jake Jones?
Jake Palmer.
Jake Palmer. He's the oldest of the Stephen and Cammie Palmer family. Tell me a little bit about it. Did you have to go buy this goat's milk?
No, I have my own goats outside, and I milk them every night.
Awesome. Where did you get them?
From my Uncle Alan. He gave them to me for free. He's from the farm 66.
Hey, reach out to the farm on Route 66. Uncle Alan gave them to him. Why would he give you goats?
Because I'm his favorite.
You heard that on video. He's the favorite. I think he may have given it to you as a moneymaker. What do you do with the money that you guys make?
I set part aside for college, part aside for more feed for my goats, and some for my fun. And I like to build and play with Legos, so I like saving up for Legos.
Awesome. Are you wanting to go on a mission?
Yes.
For your church?
Mm-hmm.
That would be another thing, because that's a costly thing.
That costs like an
Are you in 4-H?
Yes, this is my second year doing a lamb.
Second year with a lamb. So this is actually milk that you have milked, right?
Yes, I was out of town for a while, so Emily actually milked it for me, so I'm going to pay her. And this is actually some of the milk that she milked.
Yeah, Emily, that's a good thing to know how to do is milk. And why was she milking for you? Where were you?
I was in Thatcher.
With me.
Playing with cousins, Katie and Katie's brother and a whole bunch of other cousins. Okay, so are you able to sell your cheese?
Yes, I sell it by the weight, so it was like 0.3 pounds. I sell for $3.
Uh-huh.
And 1 pound, $10. So.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. And what is the ingredients? Let's go through what you've set out here.
So I have a strainer, cheesecloth. I forgot this is called, but one of these. Salt.
Measuring spoons.
Measuring spoons and salt. Okay.
Salt, goat milk, vinegar.
with water.
One cup of vinegar to 1 gallon of milk is what I do. Spatula, pot, fork, bowl, and
Thermometer.
A thermometer. Okay. So will you explain it as you go along?
So I will put pour the milk into here.
A gallon of milk.
What does the vinegar do to the milk?
It curds it. It's like a cool reaction that it makes.
If you didn't hear what the question was, he'll heat the milk to a certain degree. What degree?
180 degrees about.
180 degrees. And then they ask, what did the vinegar do? Tell them again.
It curds it. It makes the little bits of cheese like float to the top, and it's like a cool chemical reaction when I pour it in.
Yeah, if you've ever listened to Mother Goose on Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. What's curds and whey? It's going to be exactly what we see today.
The curds, when you pour it in, it starts to float to the top. The little cheese bits, those are curds. And the stuff that didn't curd is the whey.
That's right. And the whey, do you ever do anything with your whey? Okay, there are YouTube channels where you can go on and learn how to make mozzarella cheese out of your whey. You have, now, Emily, you have chickens, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Do you sell eggs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I get
Guess
the
what?
eggs.
And you do what?
I get the eggs.
And you collect the eggs, Ben. That's wonderful. Guess what? If you will take the whey out and feed it to your chickens, they will give you more eggs too. So that's a good thing to do. It's wonderful put on plants so that the nutrition of the whey is something that feeds our garden and our plants. All right, take it to the stove and let's begin.
Okay.
I'm going to stand right where Katie is, okay? There we go, and that will be a good...
So I put it on high, and I just mix it for a while, and let it rest for a little bit, and mix it in. This takes about 5 minutes to really get warm and everything.
That's wonderful. So we're going for the temperature of 180, right?
180 degrees, yeah.
Okay, so we will turn off the video and be back when it hits 180.
You can tell when the milk's about ready when it's steaming like this, and the corners are in here. They like a little foamy, the edges, and bubbly, and
what
foaming on there.
degree is it at right now?
About 160, I think.
Awesome, so 20 more degrees,
Yeah, 160.
and we'll be there.
It's
Loud.
it's ready right now. It's 181 about, and
So are you turning off the heat?
so yes, I'm gonna turn it off right when I pour it in. If you look closely, it's kind of cool. So I pour it in, turn it off, to the side, mix it, and it's totally different now.
Look at how it's starting
Wow.
to separate so quickly.
That curd is very good.
That's great. He says it's a good curd. You can see how the small curd is starting to stick even to the paddle. But then how long do you give it?
About 5 to 10 minutes, about.
5 or 10 minutes, and you pull it off of the heat, and it'll just sit undisturbed, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me ask you a few more questions. How many goats do you have?
I have one milking goat and one baby goat. I
Okay.
used to have a lot, like 2 milking goats and 4 babies when I sold them to get about $200. And
And how often do you milk?
once a day, every night.
So does the baby take it all day long, and then you milk it
Yeah. The baby drinks
in the evening or morning?
In the evening. The baby drinks just a little bit every day because it's getting pretty old.
Okay.
Just eating it
How much do you get?
about half a gallon a day.
Half gallon a day. So if you pulled that baby off and wanted to milk it twice a day, do you think you could get it up to 3/4 to a gallon, possibly?
Maybe. Might be able to do that.
I believe you could. We've had goats for quite some time. And if you'll get that baby out, you don't think it's taking much. But just like you, when you get hungry, you go snack. And that's what baby goats do. They go back to mama and snack. So, yeah, this is exciting. We'll be back as soon as we begin messing with the curd. Thanks so much, Jake, for teaching us this skill.
You're welcome.
Emily is going to help him hold it. And right here, Katie, catch that corner so it doesn't go down. Yeah. Perfect.
Sure, let me
Yeah.
put that right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And as it starts to go, then you can let go. Okay, Katie, you can let go. And let's see what's going in there. See how it's separating? And the whey will go through, and the curd will be caught in the cheesecloth.
Oh, I see the curd.
Oh, there's a lot more in here.
Ew.
Ouch.
Here, let me help you. And you don't spatter it quite as much that way. Okay? We're
Almost done. Just need that much curd.
in film land, so we have to show them how you do it. You don't show them the bottom of the pot.
Okay.
You show them the front. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It'll take a few moments. The whey is enough. We're going to have to
A lot of whey.
lift it.
Wait, this is way down here?
Yeah, it's whey.
Now, if you'll take this and put it in a container like their water,
That looks so
they'll
good.
come and, or you can YouTube, Google, whatever, mozzarella cheese. And you can make some more cheese out of this. And so that becomes a valuable thing. If you were to chill it and cool it and drink it, it would be the best vitamins you took all day long.
Is it good? Do I guess what? This fell.
Uh,
That broke off and that broke off.
Not really, but if you were hungry,
It's healthy?
it's very healthy. And if you were to put this like in a cream soup or in a stew, anything that takes water, that you're going to be, a sauce, make any sauce out of it, you'd get all the vitamins and it would be very tasty.
I love Legos.
If we were hungry kids, we would want to take in every ounce of nutrition that we could. If the stores got to where they were not functioning well, which they're getting that way now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Now
you
this-
just tied up and
This is pretty. Here, let Grandma teach you a secret. Get me a spoon, okay? Before you take this up to do it, if you'll just scrape the bottom,
whoa.
it unplugs a lot of those holes of the
I know it's
Of-
faster.
cheesecloth, and more of your whey will drip through.
Yeah.
Do you notice my
That is
beautiful
cool.
nails? Grandma has been visiting grandkids, and Savannah makes me look like I went to the cosmetologist and got my nails all gelled. It's wonderful.
Do you make cheese? It seems like you know a lot about it.
Yes, for 10 children, we always had a milk cow. And so my cheese was not made out of goat's milk, but it was made out of cow's milk.
Is it the same process kind of as this?
It is. Not as small a curd because you use a rennet. And I just filmed on our way here, and you guys got to hear me. There happens to be a very stubborn
Grandma?
weed that grows here in St. John's and many other places in the Arizona area, and I don't even know the scientific name of it, but it's called jackass weed by the farmers because it's so darn stubborn. And if you go to pull it out of your garden, you always get stickers in your hands. But when it makes those, and the purple flowers go to the little seed balls, the yellow seed balls, you can take those, crush them, pour boiling water over them, let them sit for a couple of hours, and then pour it through cheesecloth and use the liquid, just like you did your vinegar, and it's rennet, and it will make your whole milk solid. One big clabber. It doesn't make these curds. And then you score it, and when it does, then you start heating it up, and then the whey starts going.
Okay.
Here, I think it's at the point that you can do whatever you do to get.
So I usually get these corners, kind of like this. I'm sure there's no possible way to get out.
Yeah, you don't want to lose any.
Usually, when
press
it's
it?
cool, I'll squeeze it when it's cool.
Grandma has calloused hands is all. And something else you can do is if you'll twist it.
Yeah, you can twist it.
If you'll twist it, it will begin to squeeze itself.
Yeah.
We're going to go swimming, and when we come back, this will be cool and totally drained.
Just a little bit more.
Just about, huh?
Because if we go swimming, I think it'll drain too much and it'll be like a crumbly kind of cheese.
Yeah.
There's that. You can make it like that, or you can stop right now and make it a nice spread of cheese.
Uh-huh.
Or you could like.
Or you can make
Put it
it
in the
where you
middle.
can cut it and
can
cool.
cut it.
So, yeah.
This is
That is so awesome, sweetheart. You've done so well.
not a rock.
All right. Do you think it's ready, Jake?
Yeah, I think I've drained most of the whey. So now I'm just gonna bring it over here.
Get all that precious curd. Clean out as much as you can with your fork off of your. Mm-hmm.
That's all we're probably gonna get.
Okay, now will you throw that away?
So I'll wash it a little bit.
Okay.
So sometimes they'll throw them away, but. So then I get 1 tablespoon of salt.
1 tablespoon per 1 gallon.
I might do a little bit more because it's gonna hurt it a ton.
That's a good point he just gave you. You can always add more. You can't take it out. So
Yeah.
and if you'll do this while it's still warm, which we are doing before we go swimming real quick, then when you put it in the saran wrap and squeeze it really, really tight, then it becomes the kind you can cut, right?
Yeah. Needs a little bit more salt.
Grandma's gonna taste.
Why is it always salt?
Maybe a little bit more, right?
Very little. Maybe you got an unsalted spot and I got a salted, so maybe you need to mix it a little bit better too. Okay? Then get your saran wrap out. And this is going to be wonderful. Even if it's crumbly, it is amazing on salads, casseroles, pizza. It is wonderful.
What me and my dad, we really like doing is getting crackers or toast. So like getting crackers, putting pesto on it, and putting cheese right on top of that. My dad really likes toast.
Pesto, you say?
Yeah, my dad really likes toast, pesto, tomatoes, and cheese.
Oh, doesn't
Really
that
like
sound amazing?
.8 pounds.
Okay.
Okay.
For Grandma's cheese with cow's milk and rennet, it equaled out to about a pound of cheese exactly for a gallon of milk. And so the rennet does, I think, maybe get more from our whey, but this is a real delicacy of a cheese. So if you want to put it in there, what would that much cost me if I wanted to buy from you?
This is my grandma, probably $4.
Not Grandma. What would it cost Joe Blow?
$8.
$8.
Because it's
Man, does he love his grandma that he would give me it for half price. That's awesome. So if you are interested, it's Jake Palmer in St. John's, and come get some goat cheese from me. Thanks so much.